Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. I have been lighting a lot of candles lately, and they seem to be working. We have Bitcoin at around 90,000 American dollars. This is the monthly candle to kickstart things off. We're looking at a green monthly candle so far. We had a red one in February. Remember, in 2017 and in 2013 bull market years, there were 3 red months. 3 for the whole year. That's why they were bull market years. Just 3. In 2021, we had 6. But it was a curse year. It was Bitcoin's 3rd cycle. President Winnie the Pooh banned Bitcoin, crushed it. And the US economy was weak. The world economy was weak. We had 0% rates and infinite QE, which at the time, we all thought that meant Bitcoin was going to go to $100,000, $180,000, $400,000 plus. No, it reflected how weak the economy was. Now, if you just use that same logic, does that mean with our high interest rates now we're really strong? Yes, it does. But you'd be thinking about it, you're like, wait, it doesn't feel like we're strong. We've actually had the worst crypto cycle so far. I know. However, that's the middle part of the cycle. Things can be explosive at the end, friends. And look, I'll be honest, right? I want you to think about this, okay? Now, I don't want to fluff anybody, okay? I don't want to do anything like that. But I'm being serious, okay? The difference between, say, a 20x return and a 40x return in, for example, PulseChain, is literally 1 or 2 extra green months at the end. That's it. 1 or 2 months. So that's huge. And it could even be, you could even like make it even a bigger deviation. It could just be the difference between 15x and 45x. And I'm just going to show you that example, right? If you don't believe me. This is the Hex price chart. This is EHEX, right? Erection Hex. This is the monthly chart. So imagine from here, you bought around the Bitcoin halving, yeah, 2020. By this point, look at this. It had gone up 56x, okay? From Bitcoin halving to Bitcoin halving. It went up, let's say 37x, whatever it is. Let's say you bought the top here. You're up 37x, okay? Actually, let's check out the monthly close. The monthly close, you're up 28. Let's use that number, 28. You see these numbers? Now, look, all it took to get up to the final 115x is, so let's actually write that down. So you have 28x here. Let's check it out. There you go. You see these numbers, friends? You're up 28x. You can't actually see anything. In fact, what I want to do is I'm just going to remove this chart here for you. Just this is what it looks like, yeah? It's up 28x pretty much, okay? Maybe you just got one more candle, right? So you look at it. It's forming the candle. Wow, we had a burst up, okay? Now look at this, okay? In this final month, friends, remember, you're at 28x. All it took was just 2 more green months at the end. It didn't even matter what your pain was. Just another 2 more green months. And look what ends up happening. You end up bursting out to the top. This is the monthly candle form. Look at that. Bang, bang. You see this? And it's over. But I want you to check that out, right? You're up 28x here. And then you got another 4x on top from that end of that monthly candle. So it didn't matter what was happening in between. It did not matter. Now the thing is, right? You're saying, "Hey, smarty pants, if that's as obvious as you make it out to be, why hadn't you just been waiting the whole time to buy?" See, no, it's not obvious, friends. You don't know this, okay? You don't know because crypto's now in its 4th cycle. We did not know how we were going to get this cycle at all. We did not know how the market was going to react to all these pieces of news, and they were going to be able to time everything perfectly. So if you could go back in time, I would repeat the exact same moves we did. You buy altcoins. It's better to be early. It is better to be early because if you miss this, it's over. It really is, okay? Like, imagine Bitcoin was your altcoin. Imagine you're still waiting for Bitcoin to drop 85%, but Bitcoin's now broken its previous high, up by 50% or whatever. You're still waiting. You're like, oh, man, you've missed out now. You've literally missed out. Now, but, the crypto cycle changed, right? Now you have an infinite abundance of altcoins, okay? But if you go back in time, friends, you'd have to play the same move again. You have to. Okay, even though it seems obvious, with Harry hindsight, yes, you could go back in time, and you're the most intergalactic bull, but you're going to be able to sit on your hands and do nothing for 3.5 years. watching all these fundamentals grow and all these good news come out and not get psyched out. So that's very unrealistic to be thinking about. Now, I'm going to play some PUBG music for us, friends, because we deserve it. Let's quickly check on the others BTC chart. This is ready to go, man. Look at this, friends. Like, this was horrible, man. We went down. Look at this. We went all the way down to 12%, man. Can you believe that, man? In 4 years, like, we used to be 50%. So this is the number 12, right, on the right-hand side. That means altcoins are 12% of Bitcoin's market cap, pretty much it, when you look at it, just this number. Now, see how we've been going sideways here? It's beautiful. You got to remember, friends, North Korea have dumped their $1.4 billion of ETH. They've went and they're in Bitcoin now. Now it's the Bitcoin liability, by the way. You have Donald Trump with the crypto summit and all these other things coming out, which I'm going to now go through. So I think pretty much the damage, like finally, after all this time, like it's, you never know, man. I mean, I want to say the damage is done, but you know, we need some friendship. We need a rocket. We need an actual rocket. Now, remember, we flipped red on the weekly super trend, but look, this is what happens, man. So let's say you were short here because you've had 4 weeks of not even moving up. I'm moving down. You'd like get back in now. You'd get back long. That's if you were trading per se, because that's what happens now. Sometimes these super trends, you can flip red on the weekly, but then it just starts like slowly walking back up. And it shows you that you just got a freak accident on the way down. Now, I'd like to show you the Bitcoin weekly chart as we come in here. We have these new 2 little wicks that really, I mean, like the amount of brain frying we've seen with this down and up, it's over, it's not over. Oh man, it's like just like it's the universe trying to shake everybody out here. Something interesting as well. We're looking at Bitcoin targets and stuff, friends. It's going to be very tempting for people. So this is what everyone does, right? They get the fib levels. They go from the top to the bottom, and they go, you know what? They always pick the highest one. They go, well, the highest one here is a $9 million BTC. This is actually the log chart, so you got to be careful. Don't use log-based fibs. It's very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay, this is a log-based fib, but I know this from the past. It's pretty much Bitcoin's programmed to come here. Okay, we're programmed to come here, but then what? I don't know. Okay, in the last cycle, we hit the 1.618 fib as well. Okay, and you could call it like a cursed cycle. We see here 1.618. It was 63K. That's why we all thought we were gonna get the next one, 400K, or at least somewhere in between here, which is 150 to 200K. Like, but we didn't get it at all. It just stopped there. Now, you might also wonder, hey, what about the diminishing return? Is it possible, like, we don't even hit the $176,000 level in our one? What if we, like, come lower? Yeah, what if we come lower, friends? I mean, like, I don't know. What if we come lower? We can. It can if it really wants to, man. Like, why can't it stop at 140K and truncate? I don't know. We don't know that. But my goal is not to guess that. All right? Look at the weekly super trend. My goal is just to be like, hey, while you're green, it's still on, okay? And actually go back and I can show you 2017, right? That's what happened. It's 2017, like you just got to think about this, man. Like there was so many times it looked like it was over. I've shown you this many times. It really looked like it's over. It just went and it was never over. It looked like it was over. It was never over. And right up here, you have the ultimate big, huge alt-season wave 2. All right. Now, something interesting, okay? When you see, this is the thing, see, people are scared, actually, when people look at the charts, they're scared of missing the top. All right, they're scared of missing the top $20,000. But you can't think of that because they're scared of this retracement and not being able to sell at 15. They think if you sold at $14,000 or $15,000 in that bull market that you missed the top by a lot because you're down 30%. No, you can't look at it like that because you have been long, friends. In this cycle, you've been long this whole way for crypto and Bitcoin. You have been long this whole way. So think about this. So Bitcoin, like equivalent, it's like $1,000 now. Yeah, it's $1,000. Okay. So whether it hits, so if I told you, because all you see is $1,000, I'm like, man, Bitcoin's going to go to $8,000. That's euphoric to people. That's euphoric back then. Okay. So, but people get greedy, right? So when that's at 14, they're like, oh, 14 doesn't look that good because it actually went to 20. So we don't need to worry about any of that because we're not going to be any of the latecomers. But we might see a similar thing play out in this cycle where Bitcoin runs up to 140 or something. Everyone thinks it's over. 130 to 140. Everyone thinks it's over. Comes back down. And then we get White Swan to the top. Somehow everyone thinks White Swan is like, hey, this cycle's different. Donald Trump's actually buying crypto with the US government treasury. They're actually buying it. And then what happens is Maybe it comes back down here. And then we have like that. And that's like final alt-season wave. Actually, what I'll do, I'll draw a Fibonacci. See, it comes back right. It will come back like right to this Fib extension. Maybe Bitcoin's doing something like that. And then it'll come back down. Now, I don't think it's actually going to go like this. I think we're going to get tricked. I think it's going to be a tough one. Why, friends? Because look at this. Look at the price action for this stuff. You know, look at this in the past. You can see like Bitcoin's volatility is slowing down and stuff as well. So I'm just preparing you for things that could happen in the future. Now let's crack on to the news, friends. Actually, the most important news is I prepared you with a lot. That's actually the real analysts you need, friends. Use Bitcoin monthly, Bitcoin weekly. We're still on track. Everything's still cranking. Others BTC, everything's still low. This is important, okay? The DXY has been dropping and oil has been dropping, okay? So the things we've been looking for have actually been happening. Thank God, they've started to happen. Look at the daily chart for the US dollar. Man, we had a whopper of a move down to 104 nearly. Man, that is beautiful. Remember, on this chart, friends, every single point is extremely relevant. Every single 1 point of the US dollar. If I remember correctly, from March 2017, where we are now. So, like, basically the move in 2017, the US dollar, I think, dropped like 7 points from like, it was a lower price back then, but it would be like going from 100 down to... from 107 down to 100 here by June. And that would be around, this is alt-season wave 1 peaks. And then it did like this fake out thing, right? And then actually what ends up happening is it comes back down here, and then that's alt-season wave 2. That's actually how 2017 played out, okay? So this is beautiful to see. It's starting to come back and rotate down out here. And this is the weekly chart. Sorry, this is the scrunched up chart for this. We're back. That's beautiful. We're under these levels now. We're under these levels. Maybe there's going to be just like more downtrending as we come out here. And that's pretty much, that's the intention of Trump's tariffs, friends. With these tariffs, that's the ultimate goal when it comes to these. And look, the funny part is because we're in markets, I look at the price action. Price action saying a totally different story than what the macro soy boy journalists, the Adam Cochrings are saying. You know, all the Donald Trump derangement syndrome people. You see them all the time. Because I'm seeing big charts that take a long time to turn. I'm seeing them turn. But what people are noticing, they're like, oh, the market dropped today. Oh, the stock market's trash today. All coins are bad today. Oh, Trump was a mistake. That's what they're saying. I'm like thinking, bro, do you understand? These things are macro charts. Do you understand how long it takes for these things to actually shift? It takes months, dude. You're complaining about today. Like, you understand these things literally, they downtrend over like, you know, each 7-day period, but you need like a 90-day window so you can actually see the full effect. And 90 days, man, like, friends, just thinking about like 90 days ago, we thought we were going to be rich by now. Look how things, fast everything can change. 90 days ago, Donald Trump just got in. Yeah, he literally just got in. Everything's just great. Everything's great. And now look where we are. Oh, we're going to get poor. So we can go from feeling extremely rich to extremely poor and then the other way in a very short amount of time. Also, to combat this as well, we also, the bears, I guess, we have oil, friends. Oil has been dropping, which is fantastic. So remember, oil, just so you know, friends, like our weekly expenditure, 40%, I think, of your weekly expenditure is oil, pretty much. So if you earn $1,000 wage, yeah, around $400 is impacted by oil. All the foods, all the plastics, not just the car. I think car itself is like 30% something, but I forgot. Petrol, everything. You add up, oil's huge. It's a big part of everything. So that dropping alleviates, I guess, the inflationary pressure, because that's what happens, friends. When the inflationary expectations drop, US Feds can see it straight away. And then they start to basically, I guess, do the stimulations that we need. Now, there is a crypto summit happening soon, friends. But before we even look at the crypto summit, this is coming on Friday. Shout out to Colin. Colin talks crypto. It's awesome, friends. So Colin's a friend of the channel. Confirmed. He's got this chart here. So this is actually, friends, it's very, very common roll power stuff. What they do is they get the M2 money supply. You can actually see the government basically rorting. Well, not rorting. That's how the fiat system works. But you can basically see them happening in real time with a delay. They print the money. You give it like a 50 to 90-day window, and then it seeps into the economy, and then assets just go up. But that's how the game works. So like, I say rorting, but it's just a system. You can't really call it rorting, right? So the rules of the game. So if you look at this M2 money supply, look at this. The M2 money supply has been curling up, but this is where we are now. You see the stock market and pretty much Bitcoin. So this delay, look at this. Look, this delay, if you look at how long it takes. So they print the money, and then it takes like 50 to 60 days. But from when this thing started actually being done, it equates us to around the end of March this year. Okay, end of March. Sorry, not this year, this month. So that's just showing you like the 2017 repeat is actually happening again. The 2007, I've showed you that chart, showing many pink charts related to it as well, where that's what happens. The US dollar went down in 2017 and the money supply goes up, and then risk assets start following it and tracking that line as well. Now, with the crypto summit, friends, I'm wondering if Ethereum is going to have friendship there, because when you're looking at this chart, man, like this is a freak accident. This is literally it's the worst accident. That's why I don't like, we're just so like much in shock that we can't even believe it's happened. It's kind of like, well, no one saw this coming. Okay. But the only people who see it coming is like Ansoy, where they're like, oh, I'm a Solana maxi guy believer anyway. Yeah, but you think that's like, friends, Bitcoin maxis. They're like, oh, but you're bearish on it all the time. Like they're still short now, by the way. Like they're still short now. Just to give you an example. So they're still short and they're still fading. So you're going to be short at every price. You can't listen to them. Or you're going to be long at every price if you're just a believer in one thing as well. But to see that, man, like it's just, you were strong in a bear market and then you let us all down. And then you went down in the bull market. It is what it is, man. These freak accidents, friends. Freak accidents happening markets all the time, yeah? And they can punish you for a long time. That's why if you are using leverage, it's extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous, because you're hoping the freak accident doesn't happen to you. And what actually happens is, because sometimes you get like a quarter of a freak accident, not a freak accident completely. So people will like maybe get rescued one time where they just keep adding to their position and they'll keep DCAing on leverage harder, and then I'll eventually come back and let them out. But eventually you won't get a quarter of a freak accident. You'll get the actual maybe 3/4 of a freak accident or a full freak accident, and you just get the total wipeout. And then you can't do anything, you know? So we might find that ETH BTC just reverses up only from here, but look what ends up happening. All the people who were gambling on it with leverage, they can't get the reward on the way back because they're gone. Now, this Friday is the March 7th Donald Trump Crypto Summit, friends, and many industry people are going to attend to start shilling their bags, which is exactly what we want to see. It's not just a Bitcoin strategic reserve, it's a crypto strategic reserve. Yeah, it makes a lot of people salty who are like in one coin, but it is what it is. Who cares? Okay, Donald Trump, man, he lost a celebrity token. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to be wonderful. Remember, the rumor is that we're going to see American-based crypto as a label appear. And American-based crypto, if you establish yourself as American-based, whatever conditions they make it, yeah, if anybody holding your coin, they don't have to pay tax for if they hold it longer than a year. Man, that's big. That's big. In fact, I have just now thought of the trap in my mind, because if they do this American tax crypto thing and it starts in like June, yeah, when say December hits, that's only 6 months. So they probably say, hey, everybody who bought, they can't sell for another 6 months. I could just see that happening. They go, you can't sell now because you don't get the tax break. So if you wait another 6 months, your tax break is much better. And so, friends, okay, personal advice, okay, and I'm speaking from experience. Absolutely, promise me one thing, okay? Promise me you will never make an investment decision or trade based off your tax. Never. It's always the wrong move. In terms of, never say, oh, I don't want to sell here, even though, I don't want to sell here because, like, my tax is a lot or something. Never do that. I've only seen 100% failure rate. Okay. I've gotten in hot water with that, friends. I've taken, yes, some extreme hits. Okay. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Remove government. Remove tax out of your mind. Remove all of that. Okay. Remove absolutely all of that. Look at the market and look at the charts. You go, that's it. Okay. Pay your fair share. It doesn't matter. It's meant. Okay. I'm telling you now, it never works out. I've seen so many people. There's still so many people, so many stories. People trade their way up. They do like 300 trades on an exchange, right? And then they've racked up. Let's say they've got a 300 grand account. They owe the government like 120,000. But in their final trades, they hold the things down, and their portfolio goes to 20K, they still owe 120K. That's a very, very, very common thing in crypto. We always hear that. But now, that's why I'm specifically telling you this now, because if you're getting a tax break if you hold for minimum 1 year and no one's going to sell on the one up until the 1 year mark, it's a perfect retailer narratives trap, isn't it? So we'll see. Obviously, well, I'm always looking for these things to play out because you got to be ready for them beforehand. Because you're like, oh man, because that's why you want to like sit there in that week of euphoria and think you weigh it up in yourself. You're like, okay, I've got FOMO. I want these things to go up more. But you go, but also, okay, these were on my lists like a year or 2 or 3 ago. You know what I mean? And you weigh them up. Because then it like at least increases the probability that you make the right decision in terms of like, okay, I don't know what happens from here, but my friend saw me wearing a bull hat right now. Meow! He told me when I don't know what to do, just do 50-50. Trust you, you will get saved. You will literally get saved. Okay. I really, friends, I'm gonna have love letters written to me because I'm gonna save people just by this 50-50 approach. Because friends, no one's gonna tell you, hey, by the way, we're too euphoric. It's time to leave. It's like going to a club, turning off the music at 11:30. No one does that. No one. You're not going to be able to do that in crypto either. Now, I have the run sheet of everybody at President Trump's crypto summit on Friday. So you have like Michael Chad Saylor here, Bitcoin, Matt's here. Yeah, another Matt here. We've got Paradigm. You got World Liberty Finance, Chainlink, Robinhood, Kraken, XRP, Cordanzo, Charles Hoskinson's going. The Solana founder. You got Vitalik. Oh, unconfirmed Vitalik. I hope Vitalik, you got to go, bro. Come, bro. You got to be better. Show your face. You work for us now. You work for us now. Okay. So that's pretty cool. So all these other ones are confirmed, like David Big Nutsacks as well. Also, friends, I just something interesting that everyone's been talking about. David Nutsacks. He sold his Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana because you can't have a conflict of interest when you're in government. But people are still complaining that he's long some multi-chain thing. There's a proxy. I'm thinking, bro, I don't want him to sell anything, dude. I want there to be a conflict of interest. I want him to own crypto, okay? Because they're really going to fight for the bags. Getting into government, friends, is like the literal one of the worst deals you can make. It's literally a freaking sacrifice. You can't do anything. And you literally, friends, like you can imagine, you're a billionaire, you make decisions fast, you know, you cut workers here, you make decisions, you invest for yourself. Yeah. When you're dealing with like government, you're no longer that guy. All the weirdos who've been there for like 40 years, they have more power than you. You can't do anything by yourself. So you have to start getting on your knees, get the knee pads out, right? Your jaw's going to be working over time. So, that's the type of stuff, the world that they enter into. So I actually want them to have an incentive because we're long their bags. But, you know, we'll see what happens when it comes to these. I think every altcoin is going to be represented. But it's awesome as well. But look how far we've come to. Friends, we're past, present, or future drug addicts. We got a crypto summit. This is literally like, this is like your local church hosts like a music rave. You know what I mean? Like a trance rave. Like it's like, whoa, look how far we've come. We have to go underground. Now churches are hosting raves for us. Like it's just such a huge change. But yeah, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. All this news are good, man. I'm looking for a white swan. I want that one. I want a white swan. Trust me, man, the white swan, if you think about it, ain't a white swan. Okay? It's not something you can actually see. I like guessing about it though. Just like trying to guess what the black swan of 2020 was going to be. Okay? I like guessing it. I just want to show you the white swan. Okay, it's going to be accompanied with prices going up and Ponzi stuff. And this is what I've actually learned from being deep into crypto markets, okay? I actually get to see the emotion of the crowd work in real time. So literally, as long as there is a big, fat, juicy, thick green candle in people's faces, it doesn't matter what you say. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? Like if EHEX, for example, let's say Hex from Ethereum, EHEX, friends, let's say it's up. From today, it's up like 600%, 7x. Richard can literally tweet, I hate EHEX, sell it immediately. He can literally tweet that every single day. It doesn't matter. People don't change. They're like, he's shaking out the weak hands, are ya? But we just rationalize something in our mind. You know, we do. So, and when things are going down and they tweet good about it, we go, oh, using for exit liquidity. What a trap. What a trap. It's doing nothing. It's bearish because you're tweeting good stuff and it's bearish anyway. What a trap, you know? So we look at the price first because the price reflects our emotion right now. That's the interesting part. That's what it is, okay? The price is like, so we are all feeling the same thing. As we feel happy, the price is going up. Yeah, as we feel sad, the price is going down. It's very interesting how that works out. We're literally trading emotions in real time. Now, I wanted to show you this hilarious thing, friends. So, Crypto Man Ran believes PulseChain and Hex should be in the crypto strategic reserve.
I think that if you're going to add XRP to the strategic reserve, you should also add Hex, I think, and PulseChain.
I think Hex needs to get listed on Uniswap first.
No, I think just go straight into the strategic reserve.
Yeah, so clearly, Ran, you're skeptical or critical of this move to have a strategic reserve that's including these various altcoins.
Yes. I think it's. I mean, you're a US taxpayer. How do you feel about your tax dollars being used to buy XRP and ADA and even Solana, which, by the way, I love?
Well, mixed, because I'm a US.
Friends, do you understand the hypocrisy? No, it's not hypocrisy. It breaks my heart. Do you understand literally almost every industry in America gets subsidized by government, by taxpayers somewhere? Oil industry, healthcare industry, even the food industry, friends. Walmart. You know that in Americana, what happens? You all guys all know what happened, right? Walmart, friends, they buy the politicians, they bribe them so that they don't keep raising the minimum wage. So Walmart can keep paying all their workers super cheap, but then the workers go and get the government social subsidies anyway, the food stamps. So your taxpayers, that's how it's messed up. So you go to Walmart, they make profits. With your profits, okay, they go to the government and they lobby so that the minimum wage doesn't get raised. And then these people who are working for Walmart also have to go get subsidies from the government, which you pay for. How about that? Literally, how about that? This is how, if you want to become like worth 50 billion, that's what you got to do. Unless you're Elon Musk, which we have no chance of doing. So that's the type of scamming you got to do, friends. It's true. I still remember this. This is like intergalactic type of rorting out here. And then here we have Donald Trump's like, I like the crypto stuff. Like, this is first cycle stuff. We have a chance. It's going to go well. It's going to go well. But it's interesting. Like, the ball's just been thrown in their hands and they're just going to fumble it. Oh, no. I'm worried about the taxpayer. Come on, man. It's kind of funny. But look, as the prices go up, we're going to be having a lot of fun, friends. Let's play some bizarre music. That's why I've tagged you, right? Crypto Man Ran says PulseChain and Hex should be added to the crypto strategic reserve. He is unbiased because he doesn't have PulseChain yet. Ran is letting his audience and the wider American public front run his PulseChain purchase right now. Now, when they see this, they say, it's tongue-in-cheek. Friends, I already have these visions, precognition. There's going to be this big bubble in their face and everyone's just going to be spamming it. That's why when these things go up, friends, when these things go up, look, look, let me tell you something, okay? There's been stuff where, you know something's cheap and you're like, nah, that's not going to go up anytime soon. You leave it. Yeah. One day in the future, you don't know when, one day it does go up. Actually, look at XRP. Perfect example. XRP. Now, at the time, people didn't buy XRP. Why? Because we said, nah, what are you going to get? 7x? These other things are going to do like 50. Look what ends up happening. Nothing's moved. XRP goes up 7x. Fast. Earlier than everything else. What a shock. So when everybody thinks that way, you get that result, by the way. So I think that's the same thing with PulseChain and the core coins. Everyone's like saying, yeah, maybe you're going to go up. Because, friends, we have double contrarian now. Ethereum and PulseChain. Like, Ethereum's now contrarian. I can't believe it. How Ethereum's contrarian. Like 3 years ago, we were sucking it off. It was like the only thing still working in crypto, right? So Ethereum's contrarian, and then you have a contrarian chain that's EVM as well with a contrarian founder. Like it literally, like I don't want to G anybody up, but like these things, when they resolve, it shocks your face. It rips your face off. Rips your face off. Like it might be where most of the altcoins are up like a 5 or a 6 from today. Yeah, and the others index, and then we're up like 45. Yeah, that's usually how they resolve themselves. Now, obviously, but you don't know, right? Because we were thinking when XRP's up 6x, we're all up like 30x. No. You're up 0. XRP's up 6. Explain that. So that's so you never ever know exactly how they go out. But also, I have a policy now. When I see something cheap, I have to get something in. That's why, friends, I'm thinking of buying RUNE, ThorChain RUNE, because look how cheap it is, man. Like North Korea just used the freaking chain to launder through it. You know what I mean? They're using it. But here's the thing: when you are like this deep down, here's the thing, right? Because I've got no capital. What are you going to deploy? Like, if you have like, and by the way, like you have to be aware. This might not move until like the end of the year, and then you'll be pissed off, right? Because if this thing is still sideways in Altseason Wave 1, you're going to be looking at other stuff like, oh man, but that moved, right? So that's just, but that's the thing, right? I just said to you, like with XRP, it was the same thing. So, yeah, it is cheap though. It is cheap. You know, and remember ThorChain, the PulseChain community, to let you know, we've been reaching out to ThorChain community. And then actually, we've got a post here. I'm going to show you. ThorChain devs, right? So check this out. So thank you very much, Mr. Patriot Sounds. Hey guys, ThorChain wants to add lots of layer 1s and layer 2s, but we are just limited on dev resources. If you guys help build the integration and commit to deploying some capital in the pool, that would go a long way. What are monthly infrastructure costs for running a full node? Asking that question. So I think he's a dev. So pretty much they are limited, but yeah, if we could get that, man, that'd be great, friends, because that's cross-chain stuff. Now, it doesn't matter you have Bitcoin, you have anything else, like, hey, go to ThorSwap, swap from any chain, anything, you can get straight into PulseChain, yeah? You can do it on Change now. They only do $250 a transaction. So you could pretty much, it's only for like minimum, yeah, it's not good enough. But I'm just showing you that, yeah, the community is actively working. We're all reaching out to do all this stuff out here. Do that. That's why, like, if you have a green candle pumping, they're like, oh, cool, we got to get in. There's volume there to be made, you know. But when you're dead, it's like, oh, we got to negotiate rationality and stuff out here. But that's what it would look like if we could get up here. That'd be great if someone in the community could do that. I don't know what that even means. What's a commit? What's a dev coding thing? Maybe they make a pool and people can like put in their tokens. That's what, because if you're swapping around, there's got to be liquidity from two edges, and people just provide both sides, and then people are just swapping around. Maybe if it's just Pulse, people just swap into Pulse, and whatever the ratio pool would be. That would be fantastic. Checking out the comments as well. Shout out to Funding Jim Gary. Gary Woodsies, supporting the capital pool is something we can do. I think there are devs in the community that can help build integration. Could be interesting cross-branding opportunity for internet money. Yes, so brother KG can do it as well, and Pulse Wallet as well. It's not too difficult to see why Richard Hart is thrilled to post about PulseChain. That's awesome. I miss our long talks, burning HBAR over the fire. Those were the days. So that's awesome. The community has done this kind of thing at least once with MEXC. We got rugged. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Chris Freeman. However, MEXC is a centralized exchange. With this, it's decentralized. I mean, they can turn it off. There's only like 100 validators. They could have turned it off. But I don't think they're going to turn off, man. Like, they let North Korea go through. Why are they going to let us not go through? You know what I mean? And also they'll be shooting themselves in the foot. That's why their price is down so much. I'll take anybody, right? That's kind of like, you know, PulseChain. Our price is down so much. I don't remember, friends. I've literally, the abundance of people out there. I'm like, dude, like 3 people arguing about an E hex or a P hex or a JPEG ticker. Like, it's fun. It's fun entertainment. We keep ourselves entertained. But really, we know the grand scheme of things, man. We're hoping for people to come in, flood Pulse itself, PLS, and to basically boost everyone else up. So this type of stuff that's working in the background, that's like when you see a cheap price, friends, like you want to see, hey, can you envision a future where one exchange lists, where ThorChain and all these other things do get integrated? Yes, you can. And the price will be up higher by that point. Now, friends, I'm going to show you the next part. Where are we going from here? Well, this is Blockchain Backers, pretty much his shorter time frame. Now, this is what is interesting, friends, because See, I watch everyone. So I watch everybody. People's different talents change and stuff like that. For example, like I love Crypto Crew University, Steve. I noticed Steve's macro stuff though. Ever since the Bitcoin halvening, ever since the Bitcoin ETF, his patterns and his big macro indicators, he's expecting a trap the whole year. We never got one on the upside, you know. Just showing you an example. Now we still sit still, but I'm just showing you how like you can be great for a period, but then there's some periods you just got to wait it out, right? And so what I've done is I watch everyone. I check everyone out. I'm like, who's got edge and stuff out here. And so what I'll do is I'll go on the shorter time frames. I like watching Uncle Bobby when he releases stuff once every 3 months. I like checking out BCB for the fractals, but like this, friends, this is literally it's just pornography, man. It's literally astrology for men, okay? And BCB's great. He is great. He's here, like, you know, many hours a day. He's a family man. But I'm just telling you as well, friends, like, nothing's... Look, dude, when this flipped green, I made emergency announcements. And there was literally, friends, I had 3 likes on the message. No one was in crypto, man. It was game up. We flipped green on the weekly super trend. And I literally, every day I was just praying. Please, please, please don't be over. Please. Friends, and I remember when USDCD pegged, I'm not joking, I remember that night. It was a weekend. Me and Matt, I forgot we were eating, Matt. We were having a chicken shawarma place. I forgot we were at some Middle Eastern restaurant. I forgot. We haven't actually had to get it. We were. And I remember Matt was smoking a ciggy in the parking lot. And I said, F this world, F this dimension, F this paradigm, F life. Because it was just like another nail in the coffin. And then we reversed back up later on. I remember I was tweeting a Telegram. I would never forget that. That was just showing events. But that was green weekly super trend. And look, it's been there the whole time. It's still here. It's still here. It's funny. I still go down to the shorter time frame people. I'm going, okay, are we going to go down then up or up then down or sideways first? Like it just... And what I've noticed, friends, what I've noticed is they've got a structure. It doesn't follow. Like I'll show you BCB's one right now, right? Before, so this is it, right? Before, look at this, okay? See on this part, see how on the right-hand side, this is what Bitcoin did, right? It started going up. But when we had, so if you squiggle this part out, Bitcoin went up here. We were expecting, so he was expecting another shoot up and we come back. Look what ends up happening though. Bitcoin goes from 94 all the way back down to like 82. My gosh, destruction. You see what I mean? So like, oh no, I've changed the expectation again. And then you bring up the chart and then they just wait it out. And then the candles just end up painting themselves and they kind of look, and then like, oh no, we bounce back up now again. Oh no, it's back on again. You know what I mean? So like down here was like, oh crap. I remember him saying like, oh no, we've pulled back deeper than we should. Oh no, now we're actually going back up again. See what I mean? And then you look back up and down, up and down, up and down. Even though these are like consistent, methodical people, I look at it, I'm like, okay, so the green weekly super trend remained green. You know? That's it. But it is because you're always scared, man. What if it's over? What if it's over? What if it's over? That's why, friends, I give you extremely high value content. I've told you, man, in 2017, okay? In 2017, friends, like it lit like this part to here, this was Altseason Wave 2. All right, Altseason Wave 2. And Altseason Wave 1 peaked up here. And then we come back and touch that line. So, like, Altseason Wave 1 still wasn't the very, very end. Okay, so even if you just held alts the whole time, you wanted one move out. If you're all waiting for Altseason Wave 2 to come, you got it. And then Bitcoin flips red. And then actually Altseason Wave 2's peaking here, actually. That's the interest. So just to let you know, Altseason Wave 2's peaking here as this thing is sinking. Okay, so we're not seeing anything like that now whatsoever. We're just seeing us walk up. Walk up. Okay, and like what I'll tell you now is, okay, the psychology, understanding psychology is extremely important for your conviction. That's why I'm convicted. Because I know people, friends, when people buy altcoins, people in crypto are silly. They think people are buying them, oh, there's revenue stream and there's fundamentals and stuff like that. They're not doing that, okay? They're buying because everyone else is buying. Emotions, right? So what does that actually mean? What that means is the longer Bitcoin is unshakable, the longer it is, the more powerful the alt season. The Bitcoin strength eventually slingshots into the altcoins. By the way, this is not just a crypto phenomenon. It happens in stocks, okay? Happens in gold, happens in literally any asset class. That's what happens, okay? When the speed goes up that much, it does eventually distribute. It's just you don't know how long the speed is going to be. Because if you're holding the full speed and you get a truncated, crappy cycle, you miss out. Because it starts consolidating, okay, but that's the end and you don't know it. And then you have the mini alt season, but your mini alt season ends up being the full alt season because it's actually over by that point. And then you're like, oh crap, actually I missed out. But you don't realize it's the next bear market. So it is risky. You can't just sit in the speed the whole time. You can if you're in early enough, but you know what I mean when it comes to this. So if we're moving towards this year, we will get more powerful alt seasons come out. So because this is what the dream at the end, friends, the dream is when Bitcoin at the end of the year, it's anywhere from 180 to like 280, whatever it is, okay? People will be pricing in the $1 million Bitcoin into the altcoins. That's alt season, okay? Because see, it's funny. That's what happens, right? At the very end, the crowd unilaterally agrees through their actions that Bitcoin's too expensive. That's what happens. They agree that, but you don't know, okay? That's why others BTC shoots up. Yeah. So when the crowd unilaterally agrees, it's basically you've run out of buyers as much to push up Bitcoin as much. So what do? They all go into altcoins, and when they all do it at the same time, that's your alt season. That is how you get this wild move up, okay? Which I'll show you. That's how you get these wild moves up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But when this is happening, no one thinks of any danger. Everyone's like, oh, well, because if you're just looking at Bitcoin's price back in 2021, you're like, Bitcoin's only 60K. It's not 200,000 yet. This can't be the end. Bang, it was the end. Oh no, look, we're going up. But so you see what I mean, friends? So you can actually use these ratios to your advantage. The same thing here as well. Okay, so, but look at our cycle. Oh my gosh. Where's everything? It's a matter of faith. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you soon.